Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to a brand new video here today. And we actually had yet another F1 2020 video slash trailer drop, and this one was a hot lap around Baku. And there's some very exciting information in this one, things that you might not notice, or you might not have seen straight away. And I didn't notice it at first, but then I realized afterwards, so I'm really excited. But first of all guys, if you're new to the channel, if you want to subscribe for the latest breaking news guys regarding F1 2020 content, yesterday we covered the video regarding the Michael Schumacher edition linked in the top right hand corner of your screen. And if you got to the video guys, drop a like on it, and without further ado, let's watch the trailer first and then we'll break down the key areas and the little details you might have missed in today's video. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the track. The track in itself, I want to mention a few changes. First and foremost, you can definitely see the track has been widened in a lot of corners, and it's a general theme that we've seen across all the tracks this year, whether it be, we're looking at Zandvoort and also other tracks that have been modified that we've seen, like Spain, for example. The tracks seem to have been made wider. Baku is yet another one based off of real-life driver feedback, and some of those corners do stand out quite a bit. One of them, and the ones where I kind of first noticed it quite a lot, was actually going to the castle. So just before you go through the left-right chicane and you approach this sort of hairpin section, I'd say that this bit has actually been made a little bit narrower going into the apex, but then the second you get past the corner, the exit, you can visually see the track is a lot wider compared to what it was before, and they've definitely opened it up a lot more. It's a shame we didn't stay on board through the castle section, as we don't quite get an understanding as to what that's like, whether it's been made wider, narrower, or it's staying the same. But it's definitely been made wider in lots of different areas around the track. You can notice it as well through turns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the kind of 90-degree corners. For me personally, also the last corner before you go onto the back straight, so this kind of swooping left before we go into the flat out section, has definitely been made wider. The exit, you can see the runoff. The person who's driving this lap doesn't use all the track, so there's definitely a lot more runoff area and room to kind of push the lap and go even faster. And for me personally, I'm a big fan of these changes. Also curb wise, you can definitely see it. Some curves have been flattened. The car goes over certain curbs a lot easier. One of those corners is actually the left-hander with the little bump. It's kind of what would be known as F1 Esports corner, because in this corner in F1 2019, you can cut the corner even on strict corner cutting quite a lot. And in F1 Esports, the drivers would tend to go over the curb quite a lot, as that is the faster line. Unfortunately, the cockpit is very low, so we can't quite see the apex. But when the car goes over the bump, you can see how the car doesn't really move that much. Like, it's not really affected by the bump, so that indicates that it could be a lot flatter, a lot more easier to kind of go over, which, you know, it is in real life. if you look at the real life hot laps, the curb is a lot lower. In the game, it's super, super high and really uncomfortable to kind of get by in 2019. So it definitely seems like they've worked on that one, along with a bunch of other curbs here and there, small little tweaks that I've definitely picked up throughout the lap. A couple of curbs, I think turn number 3, I think it is, the left-hander, the inside curb looks a little bit better. And also going into turn 1, they seem to have reprofiled the inside curb a little bit. And yeah, generally speaking, general track tweaks that we've seen across all tracks so far in any trailer, and it kind of follows the recurring theme, and hopefully we'll get more glimpses. Apparently there's been changes to Japan, there's been changes to Spa as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing all of these changes, and hopefully every single track has had a bit of a facelift, because ultimately that's one of the things now where F1 does quite well in terms of many things in the game, and now one of their more glaring issues that are starting to appear is the fact that their tracks need a lot of work. So yeah, hopefully we'll see more of these very soon. But now I want to jump into the real thing in this video, and something that to the naked eye you might have missed it, because the way they do it, it's very sly and very, very tricky. But I picked it up on my 4th, 5th time watching it around. It kind of caught my eye, and it's really, really interesting. Right, so let's jump into this. So first of all, you watch the hot lap and it looks like any other hot lap video. You look at the cockpit view, you can see the steering wheel, it's the generic FOM car wheel. You look at the T-cam, it's the same one as what we've seen in all the other cars, it's the generic one once again. And there's even a few replay angles as well, where you look at the car and it's like, oh yeah, that's the FOM car, like we've seen that before, no surprises there. But then suddenly you look at it from a different angle and you realize this hot lap isn't the same hot lap. It's 2 different hot laps in one. And the reason I say that is because actually on the off-board shots, which is the TV replay, the car is not the FOM car. It's the actual ALFA ROMEO car, which Codemasters have seemingly now finalized. The best glimpse or the best shot of this is going through the castle. You can see the front nose. It's got all the little inlets and kind of the air boxes within it. If you look at the roll hoop above the driver's helmet, the air box has got like the split kind of inlet composition where there's 3 different ways the air goes in. You also look at the T-wing, it's got the kind of round Ferrari-esque shape, and then also areas like the side pod, for example, the engine cover. On previous pictures, I'll put a picture up alongside now to kind of compare, but the shark fin kind of goes down really aggressively on the FOM car, whereas on the Alpha in real life it's kind of curved, and you can see here all the little details that if you know you pick them up. And yeah, surprising actually, you can see it through Baku, so very, very nice. And we get our first look at the actual Alfa Romeo, which is great. So far we've seen Renault, Mercedes, we've seen Red Bull, we've seen Ferrari, we've seen Haas as well. And it's actually quite surprising because even in this trailer there's like a bit of a double bluff, because Codemasters are actually using their FOM car in a different shot. So we can compare both shots in the same video. If you look at this picture right now, people were like, oh wow, what a nice replay camera, but look straight away the differences. Look at the nose, the airbox above the helmet, the T-wing. This is the FOM car, whereas the one before, which we saw a moment ago, is the actual Alfa Romeo. So big things. Very cheeky from F1. I like this. Very, very sneaky. And like I said, I missed it the first time round, but you catch it afterwards, and I'm a big fan. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like I said, we've now seen 6 cars out of the possible 10, so slowly but surely we're kind of getting those cars get released bit by bit, and the Alpha looking really, really nice, and with the new oil and sponsorship, I'm a big fan of it. But give me your thoughts and opinions, guys, down below. I will leave a link to the top right hand corner of the screen, guys. There's a bunch of F1 2020 videos on there, and all the details and things I pick up on the trailer breakdown. So if you haven't seen it, guys, go check them out. And if you are new to the channel, guys, hit the subscribe button for all the F1 2020 breaking news. And also, if you enjoyed the video, guys, drop a big fat like on it. And yeah, check out the 2 videos on your screen right now if you have missed them. But I'm now going to head off. I'm going to try and do some more research and see if there's anything else I can pick up. But hopefully, guys, have a nice day, and I'll see you all next time. But until then, it's goodbye from me.